Hello and good morning, everyone. I'm Pratiksha, and I would like to welcome you all to the roundtable discussion on designing future-ready agile talent management strategies for pharma sector, brought to you by uExcelerate. In today's roundtable, we have the pleasure of hosting four global executives, with each of them having over 20 years of experience in the field of human resources and managing talent at various organizations. So, before we begin this roundtable discussion, we would like to set some ground rules for you. You will see a raise hand option, chat, and a question and answer box at the bottom of your screen. You can use that option to interact with all the panelists and attendees. While putting out your thoughts into the chat box, you have to choose the option all panelists and attendees. The question and answer segment will take place in the last 15 minutes of the session. Please leave all your questions in the Q&A box so that we do not lose track of your questions. You can also use the raise hand option, and during the Q&A session we will unmute you and you can ask your questions directly to the panelist. To get started with the session, I would like to introduce our host for today, Coach Paritosh Sharan, who will be facilitating this roundtable discussion. In a nutshell, Paritosh Sir is a global leadership and a team coach. He is a certified coach for teams and leaders and a certified NLP trainer and master practitioner. His coaching clients include individual entrepreneurs and leaders from all prestigious organizations like Concentrix, Tata Boeing, Adidas, Tech Mahindra, and JK Fenner, to name a few. He frequently appears in national and international forums on various contemporary topics related to wellness, yoga initiatives, and quantum healing chapters with ICF Delhi, and many more. I would now like to ask Paritosh sir to take it over from here. Thank you.
Hi. Hey, thanks, Pratiksha, for introducing me to this event. And this is an amazing day, and this is amazing event. I think we have been all talking about, the agility everywhere. And I think this event, we are going to explore something really wonderful in terms of the agile practices, particularly in the area of the talent management. And being in this industry and being very part of various industries and interacting while being interactive with many of the HR professionals in the pharma sectors, we have an amazing set of individuals who are going to participate. So let me introduce our first panelist. We have Dr. Pramod. uh, he is an amazing, versatile individual with more than 3 decades of experience in pharma industry. I think who could be the best person to, be part of this event. So, Dr. Pramod, it's beyond me to actually introduce you. Okay, so would like you to, let us know something about yourself and your experiences in this industry.
Good morning, and to all the viewers and all the panel member here on the beautiful platform of uExcelerate. Thank you so much, Paritosh ji, for having a beautiful, nice, valuable introduction of mine. And I can only say this thing, that whatever I am here, I have learned from the different type of the peoples who are there in the industry and still keep on learning. So coming back about me, I'm working with Cadila Pharmaceutical. This is my 40th year working with the brand name Cadila. Because when it was a single name Cadila Laboratories, I started my career. I left the engineering college in just 45 days, and I have not joined this by the chance. I have joined it because I've chosen this career, and in that way I have grown with this organization. So from BSc, did my MBA, did my IMM course, a specialized course, then certification course, 24 certification course on a different part of the world, right? And apart from this, so many other things which I've added. So that is there because knowledge and making the things, it is very, very important, because the more you acquire the knowledge, the more you'll be able to have experience with the good people. So I have handled multiple divisions. I have launched multiple products, right? I am also a part of the different variety of the thing which is there, which is basically related to the pharmaceutical sector and in the organization. Apart from this, I like to also highlight that I also have received my honorary doctorate in two different specialty. One is on the business administration, and second is on the humanitarian services, which has been given by the bureaucrats to me, because I am doing lot many other things to the people here in terms of enriching the knowledge. And at the same time, I am also a part of international forums, because in international forums I am there as the global ambassador of the Commonwealth for Commonwealth Entrepreneurs, ambassador of Global Mental Association, member of the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness from Australia, Pink Jaguars Entertainment, Los Angeles, and so many other things are there. I'm also a part of the advisory board in the 11 different universities. So that is the thing, the journey goes on. It is always good to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that has been taught in the COVID world. So thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Let us discuss, let us talk more. Thank you, Paritoshji. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
So thank you, Dr. Pramod. I think with your kind of experience and the journey that you have, I think we are all going to gain a lot today, and looking forward to your insights into this particular subject. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Our next panelist is Mr. Ashok Priyadarshi, Vice President and HR and CSR from Alchem Laboratories. Welcome you, sir. I think we are here to listen to you from your various, your experiences in various industry, and now into the pharma. So I see that you have more than 2.5 decades of experience. So welcome you, sir, once again. Would like you to say something more about yourself.
Thank you, Pariteshji, and thank you, uExcelerate team, for
Maybe you can just
calling
switch
me
on your
here.
camera, Ashok ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
And today is a wonderful day. It's a Guru Purnima. So my regards to all my gurus. Guru Brahma, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guru Vera. So today, whatever we are the blessings of our teachers, gurus, who taught us. And I'm a very simple person, passed out from XISS and having experience of more than 25 years. But one thing, I have continued my journey as academics. Currently, I'm pursuing my PhD, and it's taking more time because balancing between the work pressure and the academics, it's difficult. I'm currently pursuing my PhD from Accelerate Jamshedpur.
Brilliant.
And currently, I'm working at Alchem, taking care of manufacturing HR, sales HR, and the distribution. So India set of business we are taking care of. And total 17,000 employees I take care of in terms of people processes. So, but I enjoyed learning and working with people. So that has given me wonderful experience, because everybody is a different that we learned in organizational behavior. So dealing with the people is my hobby. And I have dealt with many strikes, lockouts at Aditya Birla Group. I started my career with Gillette, FMCG. So that has put my नींव जो बोलते हैं ना, so that has came from Gillette. And I worked with Indians as well as foreign expats also. Fortunately, I was also expat for 3 years at Aditya Birla Group. I worked at Philippines, heading HR for a textile company, Indofield Textile Corporation, which is a part of Aditya Birla Group one. So this is all about me. It's a wonderful opportunity to share my experience, whatever little I know, with you all, and which can be useful for you. So thanks, Paritoshji.
Thanks a lot, Ashokji. I could see that the kind of agility you are bringing in your own personal life in terms of your own growth and learning. Still you are learning and pursuing something that shows. And I think we are going to gain from that experience, because I think within the organization also probably we need to look at that aspect where people can keep on learning and keep on growing. I think that's what this subject is all about, the agility. right? So thank you for joining us. Our next panelist is Mr. Ramarao, VVS. Again, a person with a very varied kind of experiences in different industry. And now he's in, the pharmaceutical industry. So he's HR head and for Sun Pharma. So welcome, Mr. Ramarao, into this event.
Very good morning to all the audience and my co-panelists and Paritosh ji. It was a nice introduction. Okay, to tell briefly about myself, I'm an engineer by qualification. Then I moved into HR, started my career with Tata Steel way back in early 90s. Then I did my XLRI. Then I thought people are more interesting than machines. I thought I will move from mechanical to people. That's how I moved into this function. Okay, and moved across industries. I worked in as of now for last 8-9 years. I'm in pharmaceuticals. Before that, I was in cement, auto ancillary, energy, infrastructure verticals. Okay, and my areas of interest are basically in converting the HR function into a business partner in true sense, and ensure that with this partnership, business excels. And that I would say is the mission statement of whatever I do in HR. Okay, and apart from that, my current areas of interest are mindfulness training, and I have registered myself for ICF coach practitioning, and that's an interesting thing. I only wish that I could have registered it way long before, maybe 10 years before. Okay, it's very exciting, very interesting. I would look forward to a very enriching interaction with all of you as part of this panel discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Ramarao. And it's very interesting to know that you have been a mechanical engineer and then coming to this field or moving towards coaching. In fact, one of the events when this kind of questions were asked even to me, because I'm also from a mechanical background. So that what brings you here? I think, so what was coming out that, coming into the HR field, I think being on the other side of the table also matters. And I think that's the kind of experience you bring onto the table, right? So look forward to your rich experience in various industries, not only in the industry, but also in the various kind of functions, right? So
Sure.
Looking forward to hear from you.
Thank you, Paritosh.
Thank you for joining us. Our next panelist is Mr. Ramesh. So Mr. Ramesh Rudraraju is HR head AGM for the Aurobindo Pharma. And he's coming again with more than 2 decades of experience. So welcome, Mr. Ramesh Rudraraju in this panel.
Good morning, everyone. And, myself, Ramesh. I'm working as a cluster head, AGM HR for Aurobindo Pharma into formulation division. I'm taking care of 4 units at Jadcherla, near to Hyderabad. And before starting introduction, I sincerely thank all my gurus, especially Dr. Suresh and Ramarao Garu, and many other, my seniors who have shaped my career into HR. I done my MBA and then LLM labor laws, and I'm doing my PhD now. And thanks one and all from this platform to my gurus. That's all. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramesh. And you know what? It's quite amazing to see the individuals coming from various backgrounds, various industry backgrounds, various functional backgrounds, and then coming and discussing this kind of subject. I think we are very lucky to have this kind of panel to get into this kind of discussion. And particularly when you have a subject called agility in talent management. And when we have a panel who have themselves traversed so many different areas of life in terms of their expertise, in terms of their knowledge, education, and experience, right? So I think I'm really, really looking forward to a great discussion. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, and my request to all panelists now, they can open up and keep the screen open and
Yeah,
sharing.
so all of you can just
Yeah.
be on the.
Unfortunately, Ramesh has another meeting also, which has come up a little urgent. So maybe
Okay.
Ramesh, has to excuse himself, which is perfectly okay. And we understand that agility counts here as well. Thank you, Ramesh. But do join in whenever you are back. So we'll look
Sure,
forward.
definitely, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everyone. So, as the topic suggests, agility, I think this is one subject we started talking about it almost like 2 or 3 decades back when we're talking of agility in processes, almost in every functions, every department of an organization, and including life, right? And when we talk about agility, the agility from the processes now come in to a stage where we are talking about agility in managing people. The very aspect that we had a lot of focus on, which was like customer focus, now the focus is shifting towards the employees, the people, right? And more so in the current context, what we have seen in 1.5 years, particularly this COVID situation. So agility, while it was being discussed at various forum in different ways, how you can bring in the agility, but probably we never seen in the history of the industrialization, or after we had industrial revolution, that how did the thing focus from the product and the manufacturing processes to industry, now into the people side, and more it is increasing. The subject itself deals not only with the technology and the processes, but how do we really involve people in designing the processes and processes which impact them. Somebody says that the initially processes were made for people, right? But later on, what happened, that people were started being fixed into the processes. I think time has come when we start looking at and how do we really bring in those human aspects so that we can not only help the individual realize their fullest potential, but as a group, community, and organization, how do we extract, how do we actually grow together? So that's the whole concept. So my first question to panelists would be in this regard only. So Dr. Pramod, my first question goes to you, that you have traversed in so many domains, and you have spent almost 3.5 decade in the pharma industry, one industry. Would you like to share something, what really agility means to you in the context of talent management?
Okay, thank you so much once again for giving me this wonderful opportunity, Paritoshji, and all the listeners, and along with my co-panelist. See, every decade, the things are getting changed, right? When we started the journey, at that time, what you said, processes being fixed, at that time, that was the process. Then how the things are getting changed, we are in the high-tech world, and people are not aware about it. When we started the career, there was no mobile, there was no TV was there, nothing was available there, or TV was there, but the information system were very less. People were not able to use the technology. Today the complete change has come. A child of 3 years old, he or she is using that technology, he is aware about it. Today we used to write with the thing on the slate, right? Initial days, right? And ABCD was written on the slate with the chalk. Now nobody knows about it. So when it comes to the professional requirement, talent requirement, it is there. We have to have the people who understand about the creativity part, right? Which is very important. Today, the people have very good intelligent quotient. IQ is very good. But how the agility is going to build them and how we as a senior are going to support, it depends upon the 4 qualities of the leadership, which I always speak and which we say. One is basically the qualities of leadership, the integrity, which has to be there, which comes from the leaders itself. The traits of the leader is a second important point, because we have to empower others because they are coming with a beautiful knowledge, right? And if we are able to empower, if we are able to support, then that things are going to be in a very positive way. This I am talking a part of even the HR also, because as a business leader, we have to play a role not only for the commercial side, but we have to play a role as a HR also, because directly we are the person who are contacting them. We have to take the work from them. Then inquisitiveness is again very important, a part of the agility. Then at the same time, the accountability is very important. So when you are making the people aware about it, giving the lot of strength to them, right, this is going to happen. Now, coming to this, in this agility again, an important question comes, which is a skills. So what are the skills are there today which is required, which is very important? Communication. Today, you know that we are on the virtual. How we speak, we can make the things and we can break the things also, right? Either it is with the family, or either it is the group, or either it is our senior peer group or the junior. This is very, very important thing. So this is again a part of agility. Then active listening. People, they hear, but when we start listening, we are able to understand deeper on that, which is very, very important. Then visionary, because when we are talking to the group, right, they are understanding the things, but because they are on the level, so they don't speak. So that empower them and tell them this is the vision which is there. So they will become more agile. Positivity on the agility part is going to come. Then delegation. Then now I told you about the tech savvy. So the people who are coming here, talk to them that how you can make it faster, how you are able to contribute in that way. Believe you me, I have seen, because on my position on taking care for the launching the product virtually, talking the things and all, people, they come with a beautiful, fantastic idea. So these are the things are there, which is there. Then soft skills, again, I want to add it, which is a humility, humanity, celebrating the things. Suppose small success, you celebrate with the person. Believe you me, he will be so agile. He is ready to become make the thing. Otherwise, you are making them fragile. If you will not the thing, so it is like how you're making them agile or how you're making them fragile, it depends upon you completely. So we have seen that there are a lot of emotion changes are there. How you are handling that emotion. And that is the reason which we call out the emotional, not emotional quotient, but emotional agility is again very, very important for dealing with the people today. And that's why we deal it, and that's why we progress it. And most of the companies we are progressing, they are doing it because it's a blend of both the things, the person who is on the driving seat in terms of commercial part, and of course the HR also. So this is from my side.
Yeah. So I think emotional agility that we are talking about, and particularly, it has become so relevant in the current times, right? We're dealing with so many issues that even everyone, and whether the leadership or the lowest rank of the organizations, everybody is dealing a lot with it, right? So Mr. Ashok, my next question to you is that what is that agility mean to you, and how it is, because you have been in various other industry. So how do you see agility in talent management, and particularly pharma, and how it is different?
Sure. Thank you, Paritoshji. And extending the view of Dr. Pramod Rajputji, because he has already set the ground. So, in fact, I have seen the agility in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Prior to COVID times, because I'm equating with the current incident only, we were knowing agility means pace, speed, something, but we never thought of we can adapt with this agility so much. Many features we have seen, and it was available in our systems like Google Meet, Zoom, but we have never used. We were not knowing about this technology, that it can be so supportive to us in the communicating to people. And I'll cite a right example. When the lockdown came and the anxiety among the people have started emerging, connecting with the people was at most important. And that point of time we thought of why not head of the family like MD and chairman, if connect to the people, that will give better belongingness among the employees. But initially we thought of how we can connect, because for every town hall we were going to the factory and we were calling people in the canteen, and we were doing the communication meeting. And now we have to connect with 17,000, 18,000 employees, because it's a set of contractual and permanent employees both. So you have taken use of the support of the technology and you are able to connect everybody. And in that question answer, most of the questions came from people, whether my job is safe,
Right.
whether my salary is to be going to continue. And when they heard from the head of the family, I think their anxiety has gone. So that I have experience in the pharma sector. Definitely all sectors has similar kind of experience, but better to explain from my own sector. And secondly, when the government has announced pharma as essential services, then our role and responsibility also emerged on an important side.
Right.
Because there was a lockdown. So definitely physically you cannot go out, but our minds are working. There is no lockdown in our mind. So mind is active. So we all human being or all corporate people or all people started working how I can do this job, how I can adapt with the changes, and how I can facilitate the things forward. Because the larger responsibility was to providing the supply line of the pharmaceutical products, the medicine, in India and abroad also.
Yeah.
And we became the leaders in antibiotics. So definitely our role was more. Then when our chairman MD appealed to the workers that we will take care of you as a talent, as an employee, as a part of the family, I think the fear psychosis somehow drive down or slow down among those people, and they have started working. I have never seen 95% attendance level working in the factory. Now the government guideline was 50%. But you all know, because you are expert in pharma, lines cannot run without people.
Yep.
And when you have to run all 3 shifts, then we have brought people from their houses. Because one thing at Corona time, realization has come that it's not time to take care of ourselves only. You see, it's a time of take care of others also. So Bahujan Sukhai, Bahujan Hitai. So the whole perspective has changed the talent also.
Yeah.
The corporate started seeing the well-being of the people, how my people can be safe. So, most of the contractual people, they're staying in Charles and all that. So every organization did the same thing. They brought them at the premises, at a safely places after doing the COVID testing and all that. And they have organized everything to the people. Right. They have taken care of the family also, because, the most insecurity was to the family, because my husband, my father is going every day, and there is a possibility he can bring some COVID symptoms to home. So every industry has done, the manufacturing, especially those who are working, they have shifted all their employees to nearby hotels and all.
Yeah. So in fact,
so people are very fast adapted. And in terms of learning and development, I have seen a sea change. Yeah. Earlier, I have seen, we have a learning center also at Lonavala. We have seen 90% of our training was happening physical. Only 10% was happening digital. And it's just got reversed. Now the 90% is happening digital and 10% is only happening physical. So, and you have used the technology. The technology was there, but I am saying the example of facility. The L&D has also equipped with those tools. Like they have copied, they have make a small video, small bite videos, which can be seen by the people in mobile also.
We are going to look into these initiatives that you took a little later. And as you said that, probably both at the individual level or be at the organizational level, I think the whole world has gone through a lot.
True.
And everybody had to turn around very fast. But what happened in the case of pharma, that your turnaround time, which was given to you, was very less, and you had to respond to a huge challenge that the whole world has seen, right? So that's what probably makes the pharma very stand, completely away from other industries in that manner. That's what
Very,
I
very
would
true.
like to
Very
get.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. Paritoshi, the way pharma has adapted and
Right.
served to the society, I salute to each one of my colleagues.
Right.
Not from my own industry, from the competitors' industry also, because people are not thinking as a competitor. They are supporting each other. Even our federation, like IPA, has also come together, whatever difficulty, because every state was very stringent. They were
Yeah.
not providing right opportunity to the people, right facility to the people. They also came out in the support of people.
We would like to hear from more from this in little later
Yeah,
on
sure.
what exactly, what are the kind of initiative you took, because it was a huge gamut of things that were required. And I mean, true amount of agility, because you, as you mentioned, different state had different rules, and each and every rules has to be followed. And particularly pharma, I mean, they had they have to follow a more stringent kind of, the logistics, right? We look into this more, and would
Sure.
like to hear from how did you manage this. So my next question goes to Mr. Ramarao. Arvindo Pharma as such, this was this Sun Pharma. Um, you have been part of this organization, and you have seen some of those organizations which have grown so fast, right? And in that context, what did the agility meant to you? And more so, as Mr. Ashok was also mentioning, how was it for you specifically, when it comes to meeting the demands of the current situation? And how did agility, uh, you brought in when it comes to managing the talents within the organization?
Sure. Thank you, Paritosh. I was listening very keenly to Dr. Pramod and Ashok. Just want to give one more dimension of the agility, the way I understand and practice. I would like to understand agility as an essential characteristic of the life itself,
Right.
because uh, uh, life itself is characterized by agility, the ability to see the surroundings and adapt to the surroundings. That is the essential feature of the life, and that is very much gets converted into agility of an organization, be it talent management or HR agility, or in any other context also. So, and coming to the talent management in pharma, coming from an organization which is one of the largest pharma makers in India, with around 27 plants in India. So we have our plants spread over 12 states in India. So during the situation, what Mr. Ashok was explaining, when COVID was peaking in one state, in the other part of the country, there was it was in a very initial stage. So
Right.
in our organization, most of the policies what we had to do, that had to be site specific and location specific, because one rule fits all the cases. That could not be done. Okay,
Right.
and coming to talent management, with respect to all the four stages of talent management, that is attracting the talent, developing the talent, retaining and growing the talent. In every stage of it was a peculiar challenge. As one of my earlier speaker, Dr. Pramod, has mentioned, it was a humongous challenge. In March 2020, when COVID started, from Mumbai, where our corporate office is located, one fine day, we could not go to office. So first 3-4 days, I was telling some of my friends, it was more like a shock. What is happening? How do we run the organization? So in the first 1 or 2 months, I would like to tell the entire team, our focus was on, we were grappling with what will happen, how do we run the organization, and we made so many SOPs for dealing with the COVID, right from transport, how our canteen should run, how our entire operation should run, and what kind of additional manpower will be required, And what kind of a, and I must say, the government of India, we keep saying government is very rigid. There were many flexible options given by the government, like 12-hour shift, flexible off, and ensuring that people are there on the site. And I wanted to say one more thing. In Sun Pharma case, where I am located in Mumbai, we had a very contrasting two scenarios. In corporate office, what we had to do was totally different from what we had to do in sites. In corporate office, people are not allowed to come. We had to do everything from work from home. We had to come out with what are the activities, which activity can be done from home, which activity cannot be done. At lower levels, how do we measure the productivity? What is the frequency of an activity? What is an outcome? Should we measure the activity or should we measure the outcome? And what should be an indicator? And ensuring the full IT support is given to almost around 1,200 people who are there in corporate headquarters, ensuring each one of them gets a very good connectivity, both in terms of Wi-Fi or IT dongles, and giving a laptop. And if you see the other part of the spectrum, it was absolutely the opposite we had to do. There was no way we could run from the home. The reactor requires the person to operate. The reactor requires the supervision. Everybody from site head up to the contract labor. We had to get 95 to 98 fill ratio. 98% fill ratio. Then only our volumes can be made. And one more challenge of the pharma industry was activity and mingling was not allowed because of COVID. And unless you produce, we can't control the COVID also. So most of the COVID medicines, right from hydroxychloroquine to remdesivir to dioxymethasone, so most of the pharma things we were making. So we were under direct instruction. Within a week, can you double your hydroxychloroquine? We had to export to American market also. So somebody beautifully explained, when you have an uncertainty, no, if you don't accept the uncertainty, it becomes a fear. If we accept the uncertainty, it becomes an adventure. So I was just thinking about our mental stage in the month of March, April 20. We were exactly in that uncertain phase. But once we accepted, it was more like an adventurous journey. And I must say that we completed the year with a 10% additional volume and additional profit. And it all happened because of the people cooperation and going beyond their functional silos. Because if every function was doing its own job, in COVID, the rule of the game was you need to do whatever work is required to be done. So I think the entire organization, entire humanity has come up to the support. That's how pharma could do well.
That's very interesting to see that, how did you break those silos and how did you make them agile enough to accept this kind of challenges? We look into the initiatives actually a little bit more on that. So Mr. Ramesh, the company was, in fact, I had whatever experience I had, is one of the fastest growing company. And what are your experience and how do you see the agility in talent management within your organization?
Paritoshji, I think he might be unavailable for a few minutes.
Okay,
Maybe
right. No problem.
We'll move on. Yeah, thank you.
So let me just, I had a wonderful set of, insights that we got at a whole level, at a larger level, that how did the challenges were met by each of these organizations, right? So let me just continue with what Mr. Ramara was saying, that when you had such a big challenge to, increase the production almost at such a short notice with all the kind of logistics limitations and all, what are one or two or three key, initiatives when it comes to the talent management, which help you in mobilizing the same set of people for a different kind of challenges? I mean, what do you say that there are one or two or three kind of initiatives which helped you actually?
Sure, Partosh. As I was saying a few minutes back, I would like to mentally teleport all of you to March, April 20. That is 1 year back, 1 year, 2-3 months back. So in the month of April, all our Mumbai staff and executives, we are all working from home only. Okay, and out of that, given our kind of IT penetration, around 50-60% in corporate headquarters, we could work with laptops. We had that the IT savvy kind of a environment. But the remaining 40% support staff and lot of analytical people who are doing all the back office work, they were with desktops. They didn't have the mobility of of the laptop. So in a short time of around 15 days, we had to arrange almost 300 to 350 laptops at the nook and corner of Mumbai and ensure they get a good Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is another issue. Maybe in the heart of Bombay, very good Wi-Fi will be there. But if somebody is staying in Ambernath, somebody is staying in Kalyan, somebody is staying in Dombivli, it is we had to ensure that we get the dongles and ensure that they are connected. And once they are connected, no, in our Indian organizations, at junior level, a lot of activity gets done. They don't have a measurable outcome. Like suppose if there is a support person who is working with my minus n minus 2 level, whatever work is given is more like a coordination activity. But we are very particular about measuring what is the, instead of just doing an activity, what is the outcome of that particular activity. Because I believe in the principle, there is nothing in the world which cannot be measured. And that's our organization philosophy also. Everything has to be a measurable performance. So what we have done for our marketing staff, I will explain. When I come to the marketing staff, starting from the senior leadership of the marketing team, up to the regional leader, front-ending staff, and the back-end support staff. For each one of them, what we have done in the beginning is exhaustive list of activities. Every activity, what they do from morning till evening. We captured all those activities, tried to define, understand them. And what is the frequency of those activity? Is the activity done 20 times in a day, or is the activity done once in a week? So after the activity and frequency is done, what is the outcome of that activity? Why this activity is required at all? What happens if this activity is not done at all? So we asked that question to our people because our own thinking will not be very structured. So we had to do 2-3 times that iteration. We arrived at the outcome and how that outcome will be measured. So with this table, what we did is we followed the Pareto principle. Suppose if there is a particular role where there are maximum number of employees. So by digitizing that particular activity, we will be covering a good number of the people. So we covered the 70% of activities by 70% of total activities by addressing at the 22% of the top level activities, because those were the meaningful, those were the important, they are being done frequently by large number of people. That and in the first 1 or 2 months, no, we did so much of work in digitizing the work from home. Then people started presenting from the month of May onwards. This is my activity. This is the frequency. This is what I have done. This is an outcome. In our organization, there will be monthly reviews for every employee. What is an outcome and how the performance is there? I would say by June, July, we have been able to ensure the KRAs and the KPIs are presented by the people on a monthly basis. That was an excellent thing.
Right. So let me ask this question to Dr. Pramod. How did you took care of the motivation level of the people, and you ensured that in the kind of activities that you were engaged, how did you ensure that they are up to the speed and accepting the kind of challenges offered by the situation?
Fabulous question. Fabulous question. I think with the adding the context with the Mr. Ashok has added and what Ramarao ji has said. See, when on 26th of March, when the curfew was imposed, right, 4 days, we were thinking that what is going to happen because everything was stuck, right? And we as a marketing company, we all as a marketing company, not only Cadila, all. Everybody was thinking, they were talking to each other that what you are doing, because this has become a blended working started. Right. Earlier, we all were in the silos, but now we started the senior leadership team, even the directors, they started talking to each other that what is the way it is going to be there. And the first thing was that how to get the product to the last man, to the society. It is very, very important because everything was standard. So we had done the work in the 4 different ways. One was very clear that our CD team, which is the distribution team, make more agile. We requested them that please ensure use the way of this technology, find it out where the stocks are, how we are able to provide the stock, which is the right way, and please ensure they should be given because it comes in the essential services. So they have contacted the stockist through the team. They said, fine, don't worry, you are standard, but we'll ensure that the stock should be reached to the people so that people should not go for here and there. This is point number one for providing the medicine to the last man, to the society. Second thing was coming to our internal team, because we have a team of almost 3,000 people. What we said that let us upgrade themselves because they cannot move out, right? So first thing was we told them that how to use the technology. First thing, basic. Like when you come to the screen, what are the things you should not use a mobile or somewhere using it, which are small, like a small kid, right? They were very happy that somebody is guiding them, telling them and all, right? Somebody has gone to their back home to their places in the villages and all. So we are not able to connect. So then our HR team was very agile in that time. They were giving a call to them. Are you okay? Fine. If connectivity is not there, don't worry about it. We are there for you. Then immediately in the month of April, we have increased their insurance part, which not only Cadilla, most of the companies they did it. Right. We said that yes, we are making you insured not only for you, for your family, including your parents, earlier were not there. So our HR team has spoken to the insurance people, and then we made them that yes, whatever the premium has to be given, it has to be taken care. And that's when we conveyed right to the entire team. So the people were very happy. My God, in this COVID period, when we are not going out, somehow, right, it's supposed is coming that we have been safe. Then what we did, we started doing small meeting and conferences for the team, right? That we are with you. We are inviting their families members also to tell them that don't worry, we are there. We are there to support you. If sale is not happening, don't worry about it. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. You are a part and parcel because you have built a sale. You are a, and people were so happy. They said, yes, we are ready to contribute. Then this is for the people friend. We also celebrated the star function. They were supposed to go to the Kuala Lumpur last year in the month of May. Then virtually a Kuala Lumpur was made and 3,000 families, including their children, spouse, everybody they have enjoyed. And in the bargain, the people who are a star and the people who are not a star, so their family started poking them. Why don't you become a star? Why don't you increase the sale? So this is the thing which had happened and we got, sir, you have made our people, our family are after us about it. So this is the positive thing which we have added in that. Then coming to the launching of the product, right? Then we said, let us start launching the product. Let us have a small seminars and all, right? So then we've included our people, we included the KOL also, and then we started doing the seminar so that connectivity should not be closed down. So connectivity was there. Then a beautiful work has been done by our L&D team, right? I'm sure other people, they have also done it. So then they have prepared a small thing that how to tackle the problem, how the communication is important, why the product is important, what are the things are there. So 3 days in a week, we used to do this thing. So it was upgrading the knowledge. It was supporting the people. It was along with them, working with the customers and ensuring the product should be available. So this is the way we have boosted the morale of the entire team, and in the bargain that the team was also behind the customer, means the doctors behind the stock is to ensure we should not be missing it. And at the same time, we were releasing their incentive. Our finance team was working very clear that please ensure the incentive should be released. If suppose they were getting the salary on 31st, it was the instruction that they should get the salary 2 days in advance. So these all the things are there. So people become very happy, believe you me. And then they said nothing doing. And when the thing, and you can understand, like the other good companies, they have grown. We have also grown by the double digit. We have also crossed the things and all. And attrition has gone down in spite of the openness of the things. So not many positive things have happened. So we can say that it is a blended working, not only with the internal organization, but the other people, learning from them, making the things happen, understanding the other people, that what other companies HR is doing, what good practices they are doing it, and how to adopt it. Because now we are not in the silos. So we have to ensure the people, we have to run the organization, we have to have the commercial part also. So this is the way that we have handled.
Brilliant. I think you touched upon the various aspects of it. Let me hear something about, Mr. Ashok, one of the challenges that industry actually faced in this, right from the hiring cycle to development and training them and making them agile, and then making sure that they also grow, apart from managing the well-being of the employees, right? How do you think the learning and development, I mean, entire the processes, how did you think that was managed?
Very good question. And just extending, because it's all related. So
Yeah.
Dr. Pramod and Dr. Ramarao has already touched upon. And similar thing we have also done, because, fantastically, this industry is growing. So cumulative growth, if you'll see, it's 17%.
Yeah.
So definitely you need people. We have 17,000 people, but we have taken this as an opportunity. So we thought there are certain therapy area which were in demand at COVID times. Why not launch those therapy areas? So that's time we have made a preparation of those therapy area, and we thought how we can do the talent hiring, which are the competitors company, how we can nurture the talent, because we cannot hire everybody from the market. So because that will be a very costly proposition. So how we can develop, how we can give opportunity in terms of growth to our own people, because the market is same, the basic selling skill are the same. Definitely we have to make them learn about the specialty, which will make them learn. So we are the person, I think we have hired more than 1,000 people between first and second lockdown, when the situations were normalized. And you won't believe, I was also on a move. When I reached to Kolkata, the kind of participation came from the people for attending those interviews. It was fabulous.
Right.
But definitely it was equal responsibility to keep their safety also, because they are the participants, they are the candidates. So what we did, in fact, we have not realized that so many people are going to come. So then we made a request to the hotel, whatever conference room you have available with you, you give all the conference to us. And we cannot accommodate more than 20 people in one conference room. And the methodology of the recruitment also got changed, because you cannot call for candidates for the second round, because earlier these things were legacy. First day will shortlist, second day will do. So what we did, we organized some online tools for doing the first level of shortlisting, and then interview people, and then finally giving them offer same day, so that our learning team will start training them in that specific area.
Right.
So that was one. That's an interesting part, because it was a risk for us also, because when I was the first person who moved to that place. So in the second round of interview, we have ensured every facility. When the candidate is coming, how we can ensure the safety of the candidate also. That's number one. Number two, the development part, definitely that's a challenge. So online training was there. We have given a small bites in the mobile, so that people can sharpen their skills. Selling skill is there, but nowadays advanced selling skill is there. Earlier, people were doing physical selling with the doctors, but now the doctor is not available. Either you have to make a call with the phone, or you have to launch an online platform for. So I think we are the second company. I think Mankind was the first. We are the second company who launched online platform, that is C2C, on the basis of Proctor.
Okay.
So Proctor was new for us also. We are also not knowing how we can inculcate or drop in those doctors into that platform. How will service to the doctors? Because whole technology was new. Because doctor was in a curiosity asking 20 questions. So I have to make aware of all my sales people about that. Then, because doctor has also a hitch, because you are not meeting him personally. You have to tell everything on phone, online. And Dr. Pramod was rightly saying the important part of the communication, either can you break it or make it. So objective was to how can make it. How can influence a doctor that he can be a part of those Proctor or the online tool which we have launched.
Right.
Then you have to ensure the payments and all that. So it was a Herculean task, but one thing I'll tell about the agility, I was also not knowing. So first we got trained ourselves. Our CFO was not knowing. Our distribution team was not knowing. Everybody started learning those things very fast. And that's the best part of the agility I have seen in any organization, not my organization, in any organization. बोलते हैं ना कि आवश्यकता आविष्कार की जननी. So the real things I found out that point of time, agar there is a need, there is a
right.
And same kind of, because industry is growing, and pharma industry is growing by 17%, so it will not grow in the same fashion as we are growing. So definitely the complex molecule are going to come. So in manufacturing sector also, and sales and marketing also, a lot of upskilling, reskilling we have to do with the people. Because earlier we are taking formulation, simple formulation, but now people are trying that complex formulation. They want a sustained release tablet. They want dermal patches. They didn't want to take the either injection or orally. So definitely it will take some time, but definitely you have to ahead with the technology. So you have to also upskill your people basis on the requirement, because the machines are different. All PLC based machine, but my operators are the same. I cannot replace everybody, because that will be another problem. And availability of the such a skilled labor is also not available either in API and formulation. So what we can do? Definitely we have to upskill people. And Rama Raoji was rightly saying, in API also, the kind of initiative the government has taken, we are going to be the self-reliant. So earlier we are bringing in -1 from China. Now we have to do all the processes here. So that was the upskilling we have to do. And it's not only sales, marketing, manufacturing. Definitely corporate office also has to adopt in the similar fashion. But
exactly, and the requirements of the leadership, the top senior leadership development area, or the requirement of the development at the lower ranks of the people on the organization. I would say that in this particular kind of an environment, a situation, what probably could have happened is that what was the need earlier, right, of development, some of those areas, I would say, the broken areas and broken systems might have got exposed during the COVID time. And probably it also offered an opportunity for organizations to look at various other ways of addressing it. So my one question that I have, and so how did you actually democratize this learning process in this organization? Particularly, that not all the people are at one place. Look at, for example, Aurobindo Pharma or Sun Pharma. I mean, you are distributed all across. It's not only the corporate office. So how did you handle it? We'd like to hear from Mr. Ramesh as well as from, Mr. Ramarao.
Yes, sir. Myself, Ramesh. Sorry, I could able to start with again.
No
so
problem.
Here I would like to start with one quote, because so if you see, there is a conversation between a CFO and a CEO, and the CFO is asking, what what happens when we train or multi-skill or upskill whatever we do for our employees, and if they leave the organization, then CEO told, what if we are not skilling our employees and they are staying back with us? What is the benefit that we are getting out of it? So, as in continuation to the Ashok sir, here I would like to tell you one more thing. In this pandemic, there are a lot of shortfall, manpower issues related to, absenteeism because of the COVID fear. Either, if employees, many of them, they are not having their own houses, they are staying in the rented houses. The, that owners, they are not allowing them to go out and work in the, critical times. And similarly, either family members or the employees are having kids, they are having a lot of pressure from the wife stating that you should not go to work in this pandemic situation. So this is absenteeism due to the fear, COVID fear. And the second is that talent migration because somebody from as you see, our panelists are staying in Bombay. They are from different parts of India. They are having parents at some other location and children at some other location. They are staying at some other location. They are working in some other location. They are having a lot of pressure from the family members. You just come back to our locations and settle. So this is the second point. Third point is the attrition, because if you see, because of the pandemic, many companies have started doing their new projects. Many MNCs are coming and setting up plants here, and expansions are going on with the existing plants. So there is a lot of requirement from the companies. So here there is a lot of attrition again. Trained operators, they wanted to start producing from the day one. So to attend this attrition, so we have to make employees to involve in many of the activities. Like companies should touch the human aspects. Like whatever the fear they are having, they have to touch with that aspects. Like employees fear, COVID fear, and anxiety, like giving a counseling to the employees and supporting employees over a phone or calls, setting up a medical counseling center with a panel of doctors. So these things have to be done. And psychological issues, when it comes to COVID, many of them are suffering with the psychological issues. Whether once they impacted, then you cannot imagine how they think. One of the employee is impacted, and then his wife was also tested positive. She is pregnant, and he was calling continuously to us, and he's worried so much. As Ashok sir said, it is a psychoparalysis. So they could not able to think much on this aspect. So what was done is that he was taken his wife to his hometown by ambulance, paying 25,000-30,000 rupees for a distance of around 200 kilometers. See, these are all the things which we have to focus. We have to touch upon the human aspects. And similarly, we have to engage top talent by giving special assignments like 5S or Kaizen kind of process improvement projects, or Six Sigma projects, or a similar kind of quality circles, so that they are engaged. So the third one is that promote their collaboration within the teams, within their departments, within the team, and inter departments, which are very much crucial to perform the activities within the company. So having a team building activities, or sending them for the what you call it, industry best, understand the industry best practices. These are all the things has to be incorporated. Then what you call this now what you see, last 10 years, employees are it is like fast forward career development they are looking for. They are actually, if you see good old days, people are changing 5 years or 10 years. Even they are not interested to change the employer. Now that is not the scenario. If they work for 2 years, they wanted to grow, they wanted to increase their salary, and they wanted to change their designation. They want a fancy designation with a shorter period. So that is the reason they are actually looking for immediate changes. So for that purpose, we have to ensure, as Ashok sir said, upskilling, reskilling, and multi-skilling is the solution for this kind of issues. We have to engage these workforce, agile workforce, or whoever is looking for agility in their career. We have to skill them up. That is what my view.
Yeah. So, Mr. Ramarao, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, how did you democratize? Because I think you're such a large setup. How did you democratize this learning part of it?
Yeah, Paritosh, I was thinking when you asked the question, democratizing a process is very important for that to mature and people to take the ownership.
Yeah.
Only when the democratic kind of a setup is there, no, then the ownership level will rise to the extent, because all of us have got targets, all of us know the results. At the same time, if we know that we are the owner of the process, no, then many things will fall into place.
Yeah.
Particularly in an organization like Sun Pharma, as I said earlier, we have total 11 API sites. 11 API sites cannot be controlled from Mumbai. Our site head and our site HR person is the ultimate decision taker about any amount of leave in the event of a COVID testing for the employee and any of his family members. Like Dr. Pramod mentioned earlier, the moment COVID hit us, the first thing we did is assure the employees, come what may, we will take care of all your leave requirement, all your expenses requirement, all your hospitalization requirement. In places like Panoli or Indore, no, even if you have money, even if you have the connection, hospital beds are not available. So we had to set up a separate cell. And in fact, I would say for almost 10-15 days, my first job in the morning was to ensure hospital beds are available for the people who are critical. And we had to, and we were getting reports from every site. Who are the people? What is their oxygen level? What is their D-dimer level? What is their virality? Suddenly, HR people have become medical professionals. Their knowledge level has increased. And Sun Pharma has done one more wonderful thing. We engaged 3 telemedicine organizations. Like, see, suppose immediately I'm not able to get the medical treatment, this telemedicine fellow will psychologically give the comfort and try to give him the counseling. Then the next stage when telemedicine is available is when the employee is admitted in hospital, the family is anxious. What is happening to him? Then the telemedicine person will again come into picture in giving the true picture, ensuring that they are safe. That was a wonderful thing. And I will say the second thing is any amount of quarantine leave. We coined a new word, quarantine leave, because of COVID, for the self or for the family or any of the acquaintances with whom he has come in contact with. Initially, it was 14 days, but then we further relaxed it. It can be unlimited amount of quarantine leave in the case of anybody getting positive because of COVID. And the third thing, company has taken total responsibility for ensuring every employee and their family member, whoever is positive tested, is hospitalized with a proper bed and insurance cell was coming into the picture. That was of a great help. Even many people know, even they are not employees of our organization, we help them through our network, through our telemedicine agencies. And I want to touch upon one more thing. If we have to manage our site 24/7 without any interruption with 10% additional productivity, that was possible because of excellent liaison work, right from the district level up to the central government level. Okay, coordinating at every level. See, in fact, in the beginning, it was see, they felt that pharma industry wants to run in this pandemic times also. They want to make additional revenue. But when they realized that these are the companies which are supplying the medicine, like Remdesivir was coming from Sikkim to Mumbai, and even the flight detail, how many quantity and how it will be distributed was being monitored at the highest level. So there was no shortage of remdesivir, there was no shortage of dexamethasone, because if see, the pharma industry, one peculiar issue is, if I am working in pharma, my company is making that molecule, I expect that to be available when I am not well. So we had to ensure that was available. That was available, and for that, the internal organization we had to do, that was of a tremendous importance. The next thing I want to talk about is when we are doing this district liaison, no, we didn't do just the liaison work. We procured all the vitamin tablets. We made our own sanitizer. We arranged the masks. We distributed to the district also, like the police department, factories department, labor department, collector department. So when Sun Pharma employees were coming, they used to call Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma wale ko bulao. They will come and give the sanitizer. And we were sanitizing the public offices. We were sanitizing their vehicles. So in fact, whenever they are having a fear, no, immediately call used to come to the nearby site. Please come and visit us. And our team used to go with a sanitization equipment, with a total lot of masks and medicine. So that's how you gain the acceptancy of the community. So in fact, one of my colleagues was telling, the moment Sun Pharma vehicle was reaching Nagar, the police fellow will salute. In fact, there were occasions when they said us, sir, it is because of us, our office is safe. So if we take care and ensure that these kind of small things are done, no, and it is all possible through democratization only. Paritosh, I am again coming back to your point. So, and these kind of small things, no, cannot be centralized in a bureaucratic approach. If you give the power, if you give the liberty, if you make them accountable, our people will produce a wonderful result. That's what we have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. In continuation to Ram, here also in our location, the local authorities, even collector, SP, and other revenue department, and even local villages, they were coming to us for seeking support, for sanitization, face mask, and other things, where we have served them with good respect all these times.
So these are some of the stories and like.
Paritosh, just to add that, because what Rama Raoji and Ramesh you were saying, and first time in the society I have seen, people have not taken care of their own self, they have taken care of others also. And in this regard, I'm very thankful to my industry people also, because we are the company not manufacturing remdesivir, not Fabiflu, not Tossi, but I really thankful to Sun people, Zydus people, Cipla people, whenever, because I have stocked those medicines in advance, understanding the need, we have, and they have given a favor giving to us. And similarly, we have also reciprocated in the same way, because we have installed 2 COVID detection centers, because these states, Daman is a small state. People used to go to either Surat for COVID detection, or they have to go to some other places. So what we have done, we've installed 1 COVID detection center there. So the virology medicines we have put into the medical college. Similarly, Sikkim is a small state. There was all the test, it was coming to West Bengal. They don't have any facility. So we have installed there also. And likewise, the local administration has supported us in the similar fashion. And everybody, like Rama Raoji was saying, they have supported a lot to the society. Even we have also provided transport facility to migrant workers. We have provided ration kits to the migrant workers, because that was a need of the hour, because Pharma was running. So Pharma has not retrenched people and not closed down the operation. But other industry was not so favorable. People have closed down their shops. First month they have paid the salary, second month they have paid the salary, but third month there was no salary.
This is the point I wanted to come back to you and to all of you. And thanks everyone for sharing the kind of the way you handle the situation, the operation, logistics, manufacturing, distribution, and made sure that it reaches to the right people at the right time, right? Now, looking at the entire gamut of things, if I have to ask this question, that what is that we have learned as a lesson, particularly for the leadership when it comes to managing talent? Because what all you have shared so far, I mean, it shows that how much it has impacted the people's thought processes, people's priorities in life. Even the culture of the organizations have also gone through a lot many inner churning has happened in the individuals. So as a leader, what do you think are 1 or 2, 3 kind of pointers when it comes to looking at talent and the talent management?
Yeah, Paritosh, I'm starting, and then my co-panelists also can take, because so it's a matter of led by example.
Yeah.
And I have a firm believer, if you'll take care of others, they will take care of us. And which I realized during the COVID times. We at Alchem, we have given them timely increment also, both the times.
Right.
The first wave and the second wave. Then we don't have to ask people how much we have to produce. They were saying what is the target and we'll produce that. So there was no shortage of the products from the factories. And what Ramaji Raoji was saying very rightly, you have to go out of your chair and set a democratic process and let other people who are leading those functions there, allow them to take decisions. And you have to support.
So coming to this particular point, I mean, did you thought that when it comes to the talent management as a process, earlier what was being driven as a strategy, right? So now there has to be a kind of a mechanism where you're also taking feedback from the employees at what's happening at the grassroots level and then integrating it with your own practices and processes, right?
Shall I answer?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, please.
Fantastic. So I think taking the clue from Ashok ji, right?
Right.
What you said is clear. The three things which is there, which we believe now. Now I'm just talking about the human to human relationship, because whatever said and done, this COVID has taught us that we have to have the respect for the human. Point number one, because ultimately it's a human driven, right? Second thing, you have to have the respect for yourself also, which is equally important, because if you have respect for other, I have respect for Ashok ji and I have respect for myself, then we will become jointly responsible. So these are the three R's are there, which is there: respect for other, respect for yourself, and be responsible for any situations. So when I talk about the responsibility, it start from the base level to the highest level. Because when you start respecting, loving, understanding your colleague, right, who are in the different segment, I think the things, nobody can stop us. That is the only thing which I can tell here. And we are doing it and taking the feedback, because when we are open, when we are respecting, we are taking the feedback from the people. We understand where the shoe pinches, because we have seen the COVID, that yes, it is not a medical representative or it is not a poor worker he has suffered. A person from the highest level has also suffered. Somebody has suffered in his home also. So the same thing had happened. If you have 10 crore rupees in your house or if you have 1 rupee in your house, the suffering was same.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Right. So that is all from here. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And one more thing I would like to tell you here, to engage people, agile talent, how we are managing through various steps. Like one thing is that we have to engage them properly, and second is that we have to mentor them and then reward, empower them and promote, and we have to value them by ways of various platforms or engagement activities, so that then definitely they will not leave us when there is a difficult times. And the last thing that we have to challenge them, and then at the same time we have to appreciate them.
Excellent.
That is what I would like to convey. Yeah, to manage the talent.
And supporting the Ramesh view, because the moment you are giving them training and you are knowing the cost of not giving training, the losses are multifold. So develop the talent, whether it's at your place, whether it's going to stay or not stay. I have seen, because most of the pharma companies, you have seen, people are not changing organization. They are not changing the bus stop also. They are only changing the bus.
Brilliant.
Because
I think
all buses are coming at one bus stop only. And
excellent.
Very true. We are also experiencing this.
Yes. And nowadays, HR people are also very smart. They know that it's very difficult to catch this guy. So they are going to the bus stop. They are discussing everything at a bus stop. Even salary negotiation also happening at a bus stop. Offer is also going online and the guy has joined next month.
Amazing set of experiences, and thanks for sharing all these insights.
I
I mean,
like
yeah,
to add, Parito sir,
yeah,
what Ramesh Garu has said, that we have to challenge. So I will say, instead of that, we have to inspire the people to aspire the things. And second thing is,
Very
we
nice.
must be celebrating the smallest moments, smallest happiness has to be added. Something somebody has done good,
Appreciations.
appreciation. So please celebrate among the entire group, right? It will motivate so much. Believe you me, we have done it and we have seen a sea change in that. So this is the thing which again COVID had taught us very well.
brilliant.
Very
I
good. Very
think
right. Very
whatever
right.
we have learned so far, in this the whole discussion, I'm sure that the people who are listening to this discussion, and I think all of you also feel the need that how do we systematize it in the current scenario and take it to the masses, and basically use COVID as an opportunity to understand the importance. And I rightly so, the focus has come from the customer to the employee back. And I think we are doing a lot now on the wellness, employee first, right? So let me as we conclude these sessions, let's see if we have some questions from the audience, if we can handle a few questions.
So we'll take questions, and people can put their questions in Q&A box. And in the meantime, Pratiksha, you may like to just run through the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll take 2 minutes to people to just put their question in the Q&A box, and we'll take up the questions shortly. Thank you.
Ritika, will you start sharing the screen, please?
So there is one question.
So we'll
Yeah,
take
Okay,
the first
okay,
question
we'll
sure,
after
take it.
this. Yeah.
sure.
Uh, So, with this insightful session and discussion, we came to know how employee development and engagement is very important in these current times. And we, as a SaaS platform, are enabling organizations to scale coaching and personal for their personalized development through professionals and connecting them to the right fit coach. Ruchika. We we offer customized solutions to suit requirements for the modern organization in two ways: coaching marketplace and coaching platform. In our marketplace, we connect organizations to a pool of coaches and certified who are certified from a curated marketplace, and that enables their employees to achieve those personalized transformation leading towards tangible and organizational goals. Our coaching platform enables organizations to run their on-demand e-coaching end-to-end engagements by onboarding their managers or leaders as coaches and team members as coaches, thereby building a coaching culture within the organization. Our personalized skill development platform, which is used to democratize coaching, manages multiple programs, helps you set up goals and actions for your developmental journey, and measure progress and reporting through data and analytics and inbuilt in attendance and feedback management system for you to calculate your ROI. Our AI enabled platform allows multiple coaches and provides them with an option to choose the coach that fit their best needs. The platform also provides flexible session planning and scheduling, and these are all led through instructor led live video sessions. It is location agnostic, which means you can seamlessly take your sessions irrespective of your time zone and dates. We also provide data analytics of your sessions and record those progress for your developmental journey so that you can calculate your ROI of your time and effort. Our all-in-one platform is used to manage all the learning engagement with an easy setup and onboarding of all the users. A one dedicated program manager is used to ensure high-level engagement and support. A bird eye view for all the entire programs to the admin. It also provides a bird eye view to the entire programs. It manages multiple programs and customized learning engagements for your employees for their developmental journey. All our systems are used to give used to give attendance feedback, engagement and recognition, and it is all managed through the platform. We also have a mobile app that provides all these features and more. The dashboard gives them all the overview of the sessions and the task, and all these features are also provided to the coaches as we allow them to see all the details of their coaches. The mobile app is integrated with a calendar feature that allows you to book all your sessions comfortably and are integrated and connected with your Google Calendars. The live video session is also integrated with the mobile app. You can plan your sessions with the app and set the goals for it for yourself and track your progress through the mobile app. And it is all integrated with instant messaging feature to connect with your coach. Our coach marketplace is curated with the coaches from all around the world on the platform, and they specialize in different areas, including when you want to improve your journey for your performance or transition from one career to another or need help with your leadership skills or if you want to start something on your own. We have coaches who will help you in your journey and become the best version of you. The coaches are all certified from reputed organizations with over 5 years of leadership experience in their industries and minimum of 500 coaching hours. All of these features are available on our website as well. You can write to us at info@uexcelerate.com or visit our website uexcelerate.com. And now we can move on to the Q&A session and we'll take up questions from the audience.
Audience
Nice.
can
Thank
raise
you.
their hands.
Yeah.
And we have a question in the question answer box as well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Great. So
there
it was
is
all
one
about,
question. I
yeah.
think there is in a Q&A box. I have seen a question.
Yeah. I'll read it.
And
How fast you develop your marketing people, especially in case of new molecules or modules in their busy schedules. It is by Dr. A.K. Verma, Pharma Marketing Consultant.
so first I'll request, because we should listen the expert view, and there is no expert better than Dr. Pramod Rajputji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Definitely I can add further, but that's a privilege of yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this COVID has again given us an opportunity to launch the new molecules, which we have launched. So we are very clear that where our strength lies, we must be launching that molecule where the strength is. This is the point number one. Suppose if I'm very strong in gastroenterology, so I'll be coming with the molecule with the gastroenterologist instead of I'm going to the orthopedicians. So this is one. Second thing is, if new thing is there, today the world is so aligned that we are able to launch any of the new molecule with the help of the KOL, not only from the India, but from across the world. And our internal team of the medical doctors, marketing team, they are setting up the things which we have launched one product, which is a beautiful product because we have, that AC lock. AC lock is the number one prescribed entity which is there since ages. And now we are growing with the double digit, which is 40% growth. But we have esomeprazole, though we are late, we are launching after 10 years, but that we have launched through the digital marketing because we are strong in the gastroenterology segment. We have rabiprazole, we have other products and all. So our marketing team, along with the medical team, along with our CC department, all sat together, prepared the roadmap of it, and then action plan was prepared, and then we have launched it. And it was monitored also that what is the results are coming. And not only this, we have empowered our managers, area manager, because the guy is taking care for 5 people totally. So we have empowered him that see that how we are able to execute it, implement it, right? So when the implementation level, execution level, it crosses 60 to 70%. Never it is 100%. We all know about it. 70%, which means the success is more than 100%. So that is the way that we have imbibed it. We have collaborated it, the collaborated effort with the medical fraternity, inside, outside, internal, put together, and then we have launched it. This is the way that we did it. And of course, some of the trigger factors were also there, like incentivization and making something different, which is the internal part of the organization, which we did it. That you have something that you can celebrate the success, you can call the people and all, so that people should be thinking, oh my God, I'm the number one, I did the things. And then take the small bites from the people, from the end person, the medical rep, the area manager, that yes, what he did good, and which can be imbibed to the other people also. So this is the complete story for that.
Thank you, Dr. Pramod. And
thanks, sir. Just
yeah.
in addition to that, one or two things, because when we are visiting to the market, and sir has covered almost everything, but every doctor wants to understand why you are launching a new molecule. So what is the need of the molecule, and what is the efficacy of that, whether its efficacy is better than the earlier product or efficacy is more, and what is the reliability of that product, reliability in terms of any research molecule is there, and if in support of that, if those things are there, we have to convince the doctor with the efficacy and reliability. And the last point, because we all have Indian mindset, so the cost is another factor people are taking care of, because we have to serve the larger part of the society. With all due respect, when you have seen Remdesivir was launched earlier, it was launched at price of 3,000 rupees. But after that, it was launched at 850 or 890 by Zydus Cadila. So, and you have seen the market share, how the market has a grabbed by Zydus. So you have to see the cost advantage also, because we are cost oriented, because we don't have much money. And you know the healthcare system of ours also. Similarly, Fabiflu, when it was launched at a very high price. But Glenmark, how that has reduced the price and became the market leader. So, and if we are knowing these things, these SKUs, and you can definitely convert the doctor basis on the merit of the new molecules. Hope I have answered me, and
I think
Dr. Pramod has answered doctor's query.
And one thing, sir, one thing I just want to add, please see before launching the availability of the product, which is very important.
Very right.
Yeah, this is it. So your channel management has to be very, very strong nowadays. And since we all are using the different platform that we are using, also DocExa for that, and we are using the other platforms, so ensure that it should be available. And at the same time, when we are launching it, please inform the customer, the doctor, that where it is available. Otherwise, the patient will keep on roaming here and there. He will not get on the pharmacy. He will not get on 1mg. He will not get here, there. So everything has to be very clear about it. The basic robust system has to be taken care in that way.
Brilliant. So thanks. I'm tremendous learning, even personally for me, and I'm sure the audience must have really, really thoroughly enjoyed this discussion. What happened behind the scene, we have come to know, and what kind of efforts were actually put in, and where we are actually heading in terms of it. I think this discussion must have given some answers to some of the questions that people may have in this domain. And definitely, I feel that this will also give a lot of pointers for the other industries as well, because the learning of pharma industry, particularly in this period, is something I think we can count on for the next few years to at least, in future, basically. So thank you everyone for joining in, and this was amazing having each one of you and hearing your insights, your experiences. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Paritoshji. Thanks the team. Thanks for you,
Thank you so much.
team.
Thank you very much, one and all, and Om Guru Bhyo Namaha. Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Pramod sir and Ashok sir, especially Ramarao sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramesh.
And thank you, Mr. Partosh, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
I would like to thank all our panelists and Coach Paritosh sir for leading this discussion and giving us some wonderful insights for the pharma industry. We would now like to thank our audience as well for joining us in a wonderful discussion. So you can reach out to us at info@uexcelerate.com or at amit@uexcelerate.com, and also you can call us on our number, or you can visit our website at www.uexcelerate.com. Thank you. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. We all take a sign off. Thank you, panelists, for joining us, and audience to have a wonderful